Good evening, world. It's Ivan Amara. Hope you guys enjoyed my video early this morning. Talked about my book as usual. Yeah. Your book is sick. I know my book's a masterpiece, man. It's an amazing story. This video I might only make maybe an hour and 20-minute video. I'm going to take a shower and I'm going to go get something to eat. I'll probably get myself maybe pizza or McDonald's. I'm going to apply to the McDonald's on my way there, right? Yeah. This cocoa fruit, even though I like working there, I don't like washing dishes, man. Dishes is fucking annoying. I hate washing dishes. Washing dishes is not fun. It's not fun, man. But I have no choice. If I want to have money for myself, I have to wash dishes, or I have no choice. The gatekeepers all outdoors me. They'll let me do minimum wage. Okay, Ivan needs money. Let him do minimum wage, but he's not touching a dime of my money. That's why I came in with the keys. Oh, the keys don't do me. Yeah. Some sour. Yeah. Did you guys see the James Gunn Superman trailer? Yeah, the trailer looks pretty good, honestly. It was a pretty good trailer. I agree with Rob. I saw John Cameron show. I agree with Rob. Rob didn't like the trailer because James Gunn didn't really show anything new in the trailer. It's pretty much a repeat of what we already seen, right? There's nothing new. I understand why James Gunn didn't show much because he doesn't want to spoil the story. But like the trailer was pretty good, but it wasn't great, obviously, right? Because James Gunn pretty much showed what we've already seen before in the past trailers. But it was still a pretty good trailer, obviously. But I'm not like John Camping, who like loves the trailer. He loved the trailer. I didn't love it. I thought it was pretty good. But it's pretty much a repeat of what Warner Bros. Already showed us in the Superman past trailers, obviously, right? That's my point, yeah. Some sour. But I think the movie will be a good movie because James Gunn's a talented filmmaker. He knows what he's doing. All his movies that he made, all his movies that I watched, I like them all. His Guardian series I like. Volume 2 I didn't like as much as 1 and 3, but it was still pretty good. Slither, I remember I watched Slither for my 15th birthday. We rented, this is back in like 2006. Slither's an old movie. It came out 2006, 2007. I remember when I turned like 15, we rented it. We rented Slither. And we watched it. That was a pretty good movie too. Slither was pretty good, obviously. Yeah. Ivan, what's your opinion on the Superman movie for the DC franchise to be successful? Okay, this is my honest opinion. The movie, the number one thing is the critical reception. The movie has to be good. It has to be. That's number one. The movie has to be a good movie to win the fans back to the DC franchise. The movie has to be good. It doesn't have to be like super great, but it has to be a good movie. At least an 8 out of 10 movie, man. It has to be a good movie. Do you think the movie has to make money for it to be successful? I think it does, man. I know John Campbell thinks it doesn't have to make any money, but I think it does have to make money. Because Warner Bros. Has invested $300 million into Superman. They want to make their money back. They don't want to lose money. I think it at least has to break even or make some profit, man. The movie can't lose money. But if the movie breaks even, then that's not that bad. The Warner Bros. Didn't lose any money, but they didn't make any money. But the movie can't lose money. It has to be either a hit or a sleeper hit or at least break even, in my opinion. Ivan, what do you think Superman will do in the box office? I'm going to say Superman will do $800 million to maybe $1.2 billion in the box office. That's my prediction for James Gunn Superman. I don't think it's going to do $500, $600 million. It might. If it does, I will not be surprised. But I think Superman will hit $800+ million. I think easy. Because right now there's a lot of buzz and hype behind it. It had 250 million people watch the trailer. So if a good like 100 million people go see Superman, it'll do its $800 million plus. I think it'll do 800 million to 1.2 billion in the box office, Superman. But if it makes $2 billion, I will not be shocked because 250 million people watch the trailer. I highly doubt it'll make $2 billion, but if it does make $2 billion, remember Ivan Amara said he will not be shocked if it makes $2 billion. I will not be shocked if Superman makes $2 billion. It's a huge hit. I highly doubt that. I think it'll do $800 to $1.2 billion in the box office. That's Ivan Amara's prediction for James Gunn Superman. And I'm promoting it on my channel, and the whole world's watching my channel, right? Yeah, guys, James Gunn Superman's coming out this July 11th. The new DCU universe, James Gunn Superman's coming out. I'm promoting it, right? So I'm helping out Warner. Hey, you're welcome by the one year brown. That's a nice item. Yeah. But the number one important is the movie, the art. The movie has to be good. If the movie's terrible, then that's not good for James Gunn. Chances are the DC franchise will be done, man. The fans might not watch the other movies. The movie has to be a good movie. At least an 8+ out of 10 movie for the critical reception, right? And I think the movie should at least make a little bit of profit or be a hit. I don't think Warner Bros. Will be happy if Superman loses money. I know John Campbell disagrees with me, but I don't think Warner Bros. Will be happy if the movie's really good and the movie loses money. The movie has to at least break even or make some little profit. I don't believe it. If it loses money, yeah, because John Campbell always says, yeah, if Superman makes $500 million, they'll be popping bottles. I'm like, yeah, but John, like, if Superman makes $500 million, that means Warner Bros. Lost money. They spent like $300 million towards the movie and they lost money. I don't think they're going to be popping bottles if they lose money, John. As I disagree with them there. The movie has to be good. I agree with that. It has to have good reception, obviously, from the critics. But I think it at least has to break even or make profit. I don't think Warner Bros. Will be happy if the movie loses money. No one in this world, no business in this world wants to lose money, man, right? Everyone wants to at least make money or at least break even and not lose any money or make any money. So, Sarah? Well, I don't think Superman will lose money. I think Superman will either break even. The movie was made for $300 million, so Superman probably has to do a good maybe $650 million to break even. I think Superman will do maybe $800 million plus in the box office. 800, 900, a billion, maybe 1.1 billion dollars in the box office. And if it does $2 billion, I will not be shocked. If it does $2 million, because 250 million people watch the Superman trailer. That's what I'm saying here. Yeah, that's what you're saying. Yeah. Obviously, and I'm promoting on my channel, right? The whole world, the whole world's watching my channel. James Gunn Superman's coming out this July 11th, guys, and you're welcome. I promoted your movie for you, right? This is free marketing for you guys. Yeah, you're welcome. That's how nice I am. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, you're welcome. That's how nice I am. Yeah. Yeah. Give me a sec, guys. I'm going to go upstairs and get some juice. I'm fucking thirsty. Ugh. I'm back in a sec. Hope you guys enjoy this show. Alright, guys, I'm back. Well, I'm supposed to get some juice. Thirsty. And after this, I'm gonna go get some pizza. Or McDonald's, I don't know. I'm gonna start going on a treadmill again because I gotta lose this weight. I'm in the 260s now. I've been eating junk food for the past few months. I lost weight. Probably because I've been working a lot and walking every time from Dinty's. And I lost weight. I'm in the 260s. It's weird, I don't know. So if you think James Gunn Superman will be a hit, I think it'll either be a sleeper hit or a hit, a huge hit. It makes $1 billion, 1.2, or it's a sleeper hit. It makes like $800 million. It made very little profit. It made a little bit of profit. But I would not be surprised if it breaks even too. It makes maybe $650 million. It breaks even. I will not be surprised. But I think Superman will make more than $600 million. I think it'll do $800 million to $1 billion, $1.2 billion in the box office. You know why? Because 250 million people watched the trailer, which means there's some interest in the new Superman universe, right? Yeah, I disagree with John. I don't believe Warner Bros. Will be popping bottles if Superman loses money. I mean, it's not fun. Even if your movie is an amazing movie, it's not fun for any company to lose money. Losing money is not fun, man. You invest money in your movie, you don't want to lose money, right? Yeah. I think if Superman breaks even, then Warner Bros. will be a bit pleased. Okay, we didn't make any money off this, but at least the fans love the movie. We didn't lose any money. We didn't make any money. That's not that bad. But if it loses money, I don't think Warner Bros. Will be popping bottles if Superman makes like $500 million and loses money. Because if Superman makes $500 million, it'll lose money. Because the movie was made for like $300 million, which means it has to do 600 plus million just to break even around there, right? Yeah, 650 million to break even. Yeah. 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 But James Gunn's a genius. He knows what he's doing, honestly. I think Superman will be a good movie because there's not one movie that James Gunn made that was not bad, right? All the movies he made, they were good movies. He's a talented director. He knows what he's doing. Hence why I think Superman will be a good movie. And if it is a really good movie, that the word of mouth will spread. Hence why I believe Superman will do probably 800 to maybe $1.2 billion in the box office, around there. So if it does do $1.2 billion in the box office, remember that Ivan American made that prediction, right? If it does 800, 900, a billion, and 1.1, $1.2 billion in the box office, remember that Ivan American made that prediction. But I might be wrong. The movie might maybe break even, maybe make $600 million. I don't know. We'll see what happens, obviously. But I'm promoting on my channel, right? There you go. Yeah. 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 So what will happen if Superman flops? If Superman flops at the box office, that's not good for James Gunn, obviously. Warner Bros. Might give maybe Superman and maybe Batman a chance, and if those movies are not successful, the DC Universe is done. It's finished. There's no hope for the DC Universe, obviously. But I don't think Superman will flop, because 250 million people watched the trailer. And I'm also promoting on my channel. I don't think it'll flop. I think it will be profitable. John Campbell doesn't believe it will be profitable. I believe Robert and Burnett believes it will be profitable. I think it'll make maybe it's 800 million plus Superman. I think it will. It should. It's a fucking Superman movie, and there's a lot of interest in the trailers, right? And I think it'll make at least it's 800 million plus Superman. That's my prediction, obviously. And James Gunn knows what he's doing, obviously, right? He knows he knows he has a lot of pressure on his hands. He obviously knows, okay, there's a lot of pressure riding on this. I gotta make an amazing movie. I think James Gunn made an amazing movie. I think he wrote an amazing script. I believe in James Gunn. I think he's gonna pull this off. I think Superman will be successful. I think he'll do 800 plus million in the box office, in my opinion, right? Yeah, obviously. Do you think James Gunn's Superman will be the best Superman? Yes, I do. I think it'll even be better than Man of Steel. But Man of Steel is a bit... Man of Steel, when you watch the trailer for Man of Steel and the new Superman coming out this year, The new Superman feels more family friendly and lighter, whereas Man of Steel was a bit darker. Obviously, it was a darker Superman story. But I like Man of Steel. Obviously, I saw it in theaters. Like, I don't know, this is like what, like 12 years ago. The movie was good, obviously, but it had its problems, obviously, right? But I think James Gunn Superman will be better than Henry Cavill's Man of Steel, in my opinion. I think so, yeah. Because this is a new DCU universe, and I think Warner Bros. Learned from their mistakes. Yeah, the old DC regime was not working. They had to start fresh, and they hired James Gunn and Peter Safran to run DC Studios. They're the CEOs of DC Studios, yeah. And I think it's going to be... Superman's going to be a good movie. I think it'll be a good movie, and I think it will make money. It'll be a sleeper hit. If it makes $800 million, that's a sleeper hit. It'll be a sleeper hit or a huge hit. It makes $1 billion, $1.2 billion in the box office. My guess is $800 million to $1.2 billion in the box office. Superman will generate in the box office. That's my prediction. Samsara? Yeah. Ivan, do you think James Gunn's Superman will be better than your Xanus story? No, it won't. Even though his Superman movie is amazing, it's not as good as mine. My Xanus story is the best story ever told, man. Nothing can top that, man. You guys read section of my book. Don't hate me, just what I'm saying. You guys read section of my book, and you guys don't understand why my story is a fucking masterpiece, man. It's the best. It's the best story ever told. I don't think it's the best fan story ever told. It's the best story like ever told in history, man. I don't think it can top that story, man. It's a masterpiece, my story. Yeah. There's a reason why the gatekeepers want me to sell, because they know I'm very gifted. Yeah, Hollywood would love... Ivan is so gifted. All the executives, yeah, Ivan's so gifted, he can easily come up with amazing ideas for movies and a franchise. You can write an amazing script. He's gifted, man. I'm not going to sell out and have you guys control me, control my creativity, and take all my fucking money. When you're all making that money because of my keys, I'm not going to do that, man. No way. So, Sarah? Yeah. Yeah. Bring this closer. Yeah. And you're welcome, James Gunn, promoting your brand out there. Yeah, you're welcome, obviously. Yeah, thank you, Ivan. I appreciate that. You're welcome. You're welcome, Warren was I'm promoting your movie. That's how nice I am, yeah. Yeah. Ivan, will there be a lot of pressure on your hands when you release the book? Yeah, there will be. Ivan's been bragging for years, saying his book is the best fans ever written. Let's see how good this book really is. And I have that pressure critically, right? The critical reception. Like, will the fans like it? Will I get good reviews from yeah. But I showed you guys section of my book, and I hope you guys were impressed. Yeah, I was impressed, man. Your book's fucking amazing. Yeah, it's a masterpiece. It's an entertaining read. I wrote a masterpiece, man. Some of my dialogue is raw, as you guys caught, obviously. And when Cornelius said, I don't want to die, I'm terrified. That's not really raw, but it's a little raw that I think could change his wording there. But I like that word there, that's why I left it there, right? Yeah. Obviously. I'm also going to have a lot of pressure when I make the movie with Peter. Yeah, hopefully Ivan writes a good screenplay, which I will. I'm gifted, obviously. And I hope the movie's good. The movie will make money because I'm special and I have the keys. But artistically, will it be good, right? But I told you, if you follow the book and you write a good screenplay, you're looking at a masterpiece, man. Looking at the best movie children ever made. When you adapt my book, right, my story, as I showed you guys, yeah, you're looking at a masterpiece, man. An amazing what? amazing story, yeah. You're looking at a masterpiece. Yeah, man. Yeah. I don't know, you bluff, man. Did you really write what you show us? Yes, guys, I'm outlining to you guys. What I showed you, I wrote it with no help on my own. That's what my book's name is. It's a masterpiece. There's a reason why the Gates want to control my brand. They know I wrote a masterpiece, but zero. The money off the books for me, VJ. It's not for you. There we go. Some center. Oh, I work tomorrow at 8:30. I work Saturday and I work Sunday. I'm gonna apply to McDonald's, man. I'm sick and tired of dishwashing. Dishwashing is fucking stressing, man. Dinty's I'll stay because I want to get that chick's number down, but yeah, obviously. I like working at Dinty's more than Coco 40, right? I prefer Dinty's more over Coco 40, obviously. Yeah. Yeah. You're crazy. You think Zane's would be better than even the Avengers movies and James Gunn's Superman? Well, I showed you guys sections of my book, and when you picture it in the movie, you look. Does it look amazing? Yeah. If you adapt that, that'd be an amazing movie. Yeah. Once you read my book, it'll finally hit your mind. Yeah. When I'm an adapter, is looking at the best movie children ever made. Something better than Lord of the Rings and The Godfather and the Star Wars originals. Looking at a masterpiece. George Lucas would tell me, yeah, Ivan, your story is better than my Star Wars originals. Yeah, it's a better story than his Star Wars originals. And the Star Wars originals are masterpieces, man. The first two movies. The third movie, I didn't like that much, right? Return of the Jedi, I don't like. It leaned a bit on the silly, the goofy with the Ewoks. It was a bit silly, Return of the Jedi, obviously. It's not a terrible movie, but Return of the Jedi, I didn't like that much, right? Yeah, New Hope, I give it like a 9.5 out of 10, 9.7 out of 10. Empire, maybe a 9.6 out of 10. I like A New Hope more than Empire, to be honest. A New Hope, I give it maybe a 9.7 out of 10. Empire, 9.6. Whereas Return of the Jedi, I give it maybe a 6 out of 10. It's okay, it's pretty good, but I don't like it as much as the other two. Return of the Jedi, in my opinion, is the weakest of the three films. Obviously. And a lot of fans say Return of the Jedi is the weakest of the three films. Yeah, it is. You see a huge drop in quality when you watch Return of the Jedi compared to the other two movies, right? You see a huge drop in quality. It's not as good, right? Like, yeah, Luke is bass and he kicks ass, but it's not that good, Return of the Jedi. I don't like it as much as the other two movies. Yeah. Just like some fans might think Volume 3 is the worst, because Volume 3, I take a totally different direction in the story. You have something called a plot twist. There's a twist in the story, and I take the story on a different direction. And it gets dark, and Takis is in deep agony at the end of Volume 3. But because it's so powerful and so deep and so dark, that's why it's my favorite, Volume 3. But you can argue Volume 2 is better if you want. You can argue Volume 2 has more of the hook. Volume 1 has more of the hook than Volume 3. But Volume 3 you can also argue has more of the hook. It just depends how the art hits you. But my personal favorite is Volume 3. And in a close second is Volume 2. Then Volume 1 is the worst for me, in my opinion, right now. Some sound? Yeah. Yeah. Ivan, show us more. No, I'm not showing you more. I won't spoil story for you, man. You'll see I'm hearing my book. I won't spoil story for you. I wrote a masterpiece on that. Fucking masterpiece. You guys read section of my book. Yeah, your book is sick. Yeah, my book is entertaining read. It's a masterpiece, my book. A masterpiece. Yeah, man. A masterpiece. Yeah. Ivan, what if you make 100 billion off your book and everyone buys it? If I make 100 billion off my book and everyone buys it, I'm gonna put more money into Xanus. I'll put even 3 billion towards it. If I make my 80, my 50, 80, 70 billion off the book, I'll put even 3 billion towards Xanus. But I'm not gonna go higher than 3 billion because I know I'm gonna make my money back. But chances are I'm not gonna make that. I'm gonna make probably my 10, 15, 20 billion. I put 2 billion towards Xanus. If I make something crazy like 40, 50, 80, 100 billion, I'll put 3 billion towards Xanus, and error to them are even more scary and looking at revolutionary technology. $2 billion is already a revolutionary technology. But 3 billion is something unheard of. $2 billion is something unheard of for the technology of Xanus, man. People say, Ivan, you're looking at devils, yeah, looking at the most heard beings of history, looking at walking devils and demons. When I adapt my book, right? Yeah. Obviously. I'm most likely gonna make my 10, my 14, 20 billion off the book. You know. Yeah, Visa, I how much money you made off your book, by the way? I made $50 million. You made $50 million off your book? My yeah, she's like, holy shit. She's all shocked, BJ. Yeah. It's crazy, yeah. I made like $50 million off my book. Yeah. And the Gates want to take my fucking money when they have their trillions in their bank. They're fucking greedy pigs, man. Ivan, God gave you the keys. You don't have to solve the gatekeepers. Even if they scare you with death, you'd rather wake up one day and have to do that. They're going to destroy your life and steal your money. You're going to get a garbage VJ sharing with the world, and they're going to steal all your money. The world's saved. They get their full cake. Your life will be destroyed. Hence why I'm not selling, man. I'm not going to have you destroy my life like that, man. No way. So I'm sorry. Yeah. 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 So Ivan, you really do get Jesus and Otakis, yes. When you read Volume 3, you'll see what I mean. You do get Jesus and Otakis. And Eric, that's the symbols of the devil, obviously. Yeah. And you also get Anakin symbols to do with Tacius. When Tacius is born, he throughout his life he's a stubborn, arrogant kid. He's a cocky, arrogant prince. He doesn't listen. He has an obsession with Lithia. Just like Anakin's obsessed with Padme. Yeah. Like Anakin went to the dark side because of Padme, right? He went to the dark side for love. Obviously. Does Tacius go to the dark side? No, he doesn't. But he's an arrogant, cocky prince. Just he's stupid. He doesn't really listen. He doesn't really think. Just like Anakin, even though he had the highest potential, he was arrogant. He was stupid. He wasn't really thinking. That's why he lost Obi-Wan, because he was so arrogant and prideful. I can kill Obi-Wan. He's like, you underestimate my power. He was stupid, obviously. He wasn't thinking right now. So I'm sorry. I can't leave her. Come to your senses. So remember that in Attack of the Clones? Well, you have a similar scene like that I showed you, right? Seriously, like Taki's come to your senses. This little girl has clouded your mind. She's tainted your mind. Please wake up and behave yourself. Because Taki's had this obsession with Lithia when you read the Lithia chapter, right? He likes her a lot. You know. Some sorry. So now I understand why your stepmother said your book's number one. Yes. You guys don't understand why my stepmother told me my book's number one. Yeah, and my family and VJ's family, they own Hollywood, and they told me they know about the business. Obviously, they told me, yeah, Ivan, your book. They told me your book is the number one IP in Hollywood. That's what they told me, man. Yeah, Xanus is number one. They told me that because I wrote a masterpiece, which means my book, my IP, my book is better than even James Gunn's Superman. It's better than the Marvel Avengers movies. It's better than all those IPs. Better than Star Wars IPs. Better than Andor. Andor is known as like one of the best things that came out since since the originals. I like Mandalorian better than Andor. Andor's a bit boring for me the first season, but John Campbell always says how Andor is the best thing that ever came out ever since the originals. And yet my Xanus Brand is even better than Andor, man. It's a masterpiece, man. As you guys read, right? Yeah. My stepmother told me, I'm not lying to you guys, she said your book's number one, Ivan. She told me the Xanus Brand's the number one IP in Hollywood. That's pretty much what they're saying. Hollywood would love to get their hands on this, or they would love your story, Ivan. I know, but I'm not selling out to you guys, man. I have my own keys. I can start my own film studio with VJ better than the Hollywood companies. Why the fuck would I sell? I can start my own film studio better than Hollywood. I can fund Xanus for $2 billion. More than what Hollywood ever funded for, yeah. And I have total creative freedom over my brand. I don't have to worry about the Hollywood executives touching my story and perhaps reading my story. Because the Hollywood executives are not creative people, they're business people, right? And so I don't want those guys having control over my brand and perhaps reading my story. Yeah. Yeah. Ivan, you bluffing. Did your stepmother will tell you that? No, guys, I'm not lying to you guys. She told me, yeah, your book's number one. I also heard my stepfather say it's number one, too. I heard him say, yeah, that's number one. I heard him say, how the heck can you come up with a story like that? When the Gates wrote my book, they were shocked. Because I wrote the best story ever told, man. The best finance novel written, man. It's a fucking masterpiece. Ivan, are you lying? Did your stepmother tell you that? No, guys, I'm not lying. She told me, Ivan, your book is number one. Number one IP in the industry, yeah. If I was in Hollywood, right? It's a masterpiece, man. My book is a masterpiece, yeah. Yeah. Some cider? Yeah. Oh, Ivan, please show us more. No. I'm not showing more. I don't want to spoil the story for you guys, man. I already showed you enough. I'm not showing you anymore. I already spoiled a bit of the story for you. I don't want to spoil more story for you, man. You'll see what I'm doing in my book. I wrote a masterpiece. Yeah. My clothes just to get some coffee, guys. Yeah. Wow, you're crazy. You think Xanus will be better than Infinity War and Endgame and Civil War and James Gunn Superman and The Godfather? Well, my stepmother told me your book is number one. She told me your book is number one, and when they own Hollywood and they know what the best brands are. Obviously, they own the whole industry, and my stepmother told me your book's number one, Ivan. She told me that, man. It's the number one IP in the entertainment industry. It's a fucking masterpiece. And you guys read section of my book. You guys now see what I'm saying is true, right? I wrote a masterpiece. My book is a fucking masterpiece. Yeah, man. Yeah. So Ivan, your idea for the movie, you have the mist. Yeah, you have the mist that veils in the northern side and the southern side. So when you're in the north and you're going to the south, you have this mist like that picture I showed you that veils what the south looks like. And once you pass that mist, so you have like this mist, this wall of a mist all over the atmosphere and everything. You don't really know what the south looks like. And then once you pass the south, it's a different kingdom, different region, and it's cursed. And when you come from the south to the north is wholly beautiful. That's my idea for the story. In the book, I don't mention there's a mist. I just say the sky's gray and the atmosphere changes. That's it. But in the movie, you can add a thing where you have a mist. Here's Ivan, a mystic veil. I'm like, yeah, up here, mystic veil. You're looking at our map, you said, up here. This is better than my Lord of the Rings. Up here, it's better than the Rings. Yeah, and the devil, wolves, and bats live in the south. Look at a masterpiece, man. So there are two different kingdoms, yeah. There are two. The north and the south are pretty much two different kingdoms. You have the holy northern kingdom where the northerns live, and you have the cursed south kingdom where it's the animal kingdom where the demonic bats live and the wolves and the southerns live. And that's why I'm looking at a master that I wrote. Yeah, sick story. Your world building is very unique. I know it's a unique world building, man. I'm a genius, yeah, man. Samsara? I'm a genius. Yeah. 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 So your stepmother pretty much told you that your Xanus Brand's number one. Yeah. She told me my Zane, the Gates know my Xanus Brand's the number one IP in the entire anime industry. It's the best story ever told, man. It's better than the Avengers movies. It's better than The Godfather. It's better than Star Wars. It's better than DC. It's better than all those are amazing movies, but they're not on the same level as my story. My story is a masterpiece, man. It's even better than Lord of the Rings, man. Yeah. The fact that my stepmother told me it's number one, that means my brand is even better than Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones. And the Game of Thrones show was fucking entertaining, but it's not Xanus, right? Xanus will be better than even the Game of Thrones television show, man. You're looking at a masterpiece, man. The best movie trilogy ever made. Yeah. That's why the Gates won't control my brand. They know I wrote a masterpiece. Ivan's IP is number one. It's going to be huge. We want to control that, but you're not touching all my money, man. Zero. The Xanus brand is mine. It's for me and VJ. It's not for you. You're not touching my billions, man. I don't know. The 50 billion off my book, you're not touching. For me and VJ, it's not for you. Just a greed pig. Some Sarah? Yeah. Yeah. So your story is very powerful. Yeah, you have the prince from the north. He's born. He trains in the Zane arts. He doesn't know. He's curious what's outside the walls. He doesn't know what's outside the walls, obviously. And he leaves the walls. He's an arrogant, cocky prince. He meets the Salazar and stuff. He gets thrown in a dungeon. His cousins are looking for him. You know what I'm saying? And then he's more mature. And by volume 3, he's in agony, in prayer, and his friends and family members, some of his family members and friends are crying. It's a fucking powerful story. Now, there was a Tactius that leaves the walls in the beginning of the book is not the same Tactius who arrives back in the walls and by the end of the book. Obviously, in volume 3. The Tactius that leaves the walls in the beginning of the story is not the same Tactius that arrives back in the walls in volume 3. That's why Sarah and Lithius and all of them are shocked by Tactius. He's different now. He's a different man. He's a changed man. Because he finds out his destiny and he's more mature and everything. I won't spoil the story. That's why I wrote a masterpiece. It's a masterpiece. Yeah, man. A masterpiece. Looking at an Aaron writer for Lifetime World Winning Rap book. Yeah, a sick book, man. Yeah, man. A sick story. Amazing story. An amazing story, man. Yeah, man. After this, I'm gonna take a shower. I didn't shower yet. Yeah. 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 My book is a masterpiece, guys. Yeah. A masterpiece. Ivan, please show us more. No, guys, man. I don't want to spoil Sophie, man. I showed you guys enough. I'm not going to show you anymore. I don't want to spoil Sophie. I'm sorry. You'll still have me purchase my book. Yeah. Well, the movie will be in the book. Yes, it will. I'm acting as Prince Takis. I'm bringing the world to life. And everything the more demons. I'm making a movie for $2 million. Looking at an unheard of war. Yeah, some fans might like the book better than the movie, but I highly doubt it. The movie, I'm acting as Prince Takis. I'm bringing the character of Takis to life. So, sorry. That's why the movie better than the book. You gotta follow the story and write a good screenplay if you want to make an amazing movie. But because I'm a gifted storyteller, I'll write an amazing screenplay with Peter or Mel, obviously. As I can write my own screenplay too if I want to. I'm gifted, man. I have the gift. If you can write your own novel, you can write your own screenplay. Screenplay is a lot more difficult to write, but if you can write a masterpiece of a novel, you can write your own screenplay. As J.K. Rowling was involved in some of the screenplay, I believe, for Fantastic Beasts and Harry Potter, because she wrote the book. Samsara? Yeah. 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 Well, for screenplay, I need help. It doesn't hurt to have Peter Jackson or Mel Gibson help you with the script. Because screenwriting is a lot more difficult than writing a novel, obviously, because it's motion picture. You have to constantly picture the scenes in your head. Because I'm a creative genius, I'll write an amazing screenplay for Xanus. You follow the story, you're looking at a masterpiece, but I'm gonna add some stuff in the dialogue, add more scenes, change a few things to make it more interesting. Like for the movie, I'm gonna have Takis. They put him on trial. In the book, they arrest him in his chambers. In the movie, they arrest him in his chambers, and after that, they put him on trial and they ask him questions. And he's found guilty, and they throw him in a dungeon. You can do something like Jesus, right? Something cool like that. And Peter's like, I'm looking at our masterpiece. This is Brother of the Rings. Oh, he's Brother of the Rings. They get a masterpiece, man. Yeah. 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 I mean, you're crazy. I don't believe you, man. You really believe that your book is better than your story is better than fucking the Avengers movies, and like Lord of the Rings and Godfather and Star Wars? You're crazy, Ivan, man. You're fucking cocky, man. You have some balls to say that, Ivan. Okay, well, you guys read section of my book, and if I adapt that to the screen, how good of a movie do you think that'll be, Ivan? You're looking at a masterpiece. Yes. The story starts off with the prologue with Takis the First, and you have young Takis. It starts off with Sarah in her throne. She's talking to her sisters. I'm going to add a few things in the movie, obviously. And a civilian comes in. He's like, let me in. I want to speak to the queen. There've been some complaints around, like, you're looking at a masterpiece, man. He's like, you're looking at a masterpiece. This is Lord of the Rings. I know he's very Lord of the Rings. It's very Lord of the Rings. I was like, yeah. Looking at a masterpiece. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Susanna? Yeah. What will be the worst part of your movie, Ivan? The prologue. The prologue is my worst chapter in the whole book because it's just a prologue. It's about the life of Takis the First when Takis Second is world. I'm going to add a lot of things in the movie to make because my prologue's not that long. My prologue's only like maybe 28 pages. It's not that long. So I'm going to add a few more things in the prologue to make it more interesting, obviously. Like I might do a thing where I show a flashback of when Takis the First has sex with Queen Sarah. Yeah, and in his son Takis, he has that memory of having sex with Queen Sarah. And that was a special moment because Takis II was a seed who came from Takis I in Sarah's womb. You can do that. A flashback of when he hooks up with Sarah. You can add things to make it more interesting, obviously. I'm going to tone down the sex scenes. Have it be like 14 plus sex. Where they look naked, but you don't see their parts. That way the actors are comfortable, right? Yeah. You know Underworld Rise of Vikings, how they look naked, but you didn't see any of their parts? Yeah, the sex. Yeah, Peter, I want the sex to be like Underworld Rise. Like, okay, I have now where they're comfortable. Yeah, I don't want full nudes. That's crazy. Full nudes is a bit dirty, to be honest. I'm not gonna, even though it's rated R, I don't want the actors having full nudes. It's partial nudes. Like Underworld Rise of Vikings, they look naked, but you don't see their parts. You barely see their parts. You know in Matrix, Reloaded, when Neo has sex with Trinity, they look naked. Yeah, it's something like that, but you don't see their parts. Yeah, they look naked, but they're not really naked. You don't see their parts. That way the actors are comfortable. Because I'm not a fan of full nude. That's crazy. But everything else will be gore. Like Aerotendon will be cutting human heads off, feasting on human flesh and everything. Yeah. There's a scene in the book where Eritad he cuts off somebody's head and he feasts the wolf's feast on the head. I won't tell you who it is. You'll see what I'm going to read the book. I won't spoil the story for you. Samsara. The wolves are devils, man. They're devil beings. That's what we're looking at a masterpiece. Peter's like, Ivan, that's way too gory. I'm like, Peter, man, I want it to be this gory. That way I telepathize the story. I know what I'm doing, Peter. You turn me into a fucking porn star, guys. You can't say shit. Don't play that kid game with me, man. Those kids who are growing up are also going to watch my porn videos. Don't play that game with me, guys. You guys are wicked people. Don't play that righteous, holy game with me. You can't make this movie because of the kids. You turn me into a fucking porn star, and you caused this fucking mess, and you killed me. And I shut you for good. You can't say shit. I want Xanus to be rated R. I don't want it to be PG-13 Peter. Okay, fine. But man, the kids can't watch my Peter. They can watch it. Their parents can cover them. They can watch it. See what I'm saying? Yeah. Hey, give me a second, guys. I'm gonna go upstairs and get something to drink. Maybe a coffee or something like that. I'll be back in a sec. It's good we don't wait. Don't hate us. How you guys on this show? Or I might get water. I might get a glass of water for myself. I don't know. Alright guys, I'm back. Went upstairs to get a drink. Yeah. And that's why the Gates won't control your brand, Ivan. They know your brand's number one. The Gates know my brand's number one. Yeah, the Xanus IP is number one. As my stepmother told me. That's why they want to control it, because they know it's number one in the industry. You know, Ivan wrote the best novel ever. It's gonna be a Harry Potter, yeah. Yeah. My brand's bigger than, more popular than even Star Wars. The Xanus IP will be more popular than Star Wars, man. George Lucas Star Wars, man. And Star Wars is the most popular IP in the world. Star Wars is number one. I believe second is Marvel, right? Yeah. Harry Potter is big too, but it's not as big as Marvel, right? But Star Wars is number one, and Xanus will be a bigger IP than Star Wars. And that's what my stepmother told me. Yeah, your book is number one, Ivan. It's the number one IP in the entertainment industry. It's a fucking popular. It's a masterpiece, the best fantasy story ever told, and it'll be number one in the industry. And that's why VJ is like self-made. Yeah, you're self-made. Yeah, I'm self-made, man. I wrote my own book with no help, a masterpiece. I'm gonna make my billions off my book. My 10, 15, 20 billion off the book. Yeah, man. Some saying. In other words, all the Hollywood companies, when they read my book, they're like, "Oh man, I wish Ivan can sell it. I would love to own that IP, man. That's a fucking masterpiece, man." Yeah, the Hollywood companies would love to own my IP, but I'm not selling out to the Hollywood. I'm not selling out to the Gates, man. This brand's mine. I have the keys. I'm gonna sell it to you. I'm not selling out to the Gates. I'm not selling to you, man. I'm not selling to you where you want, man. Like, the money off the books for me, VJ, it's not for you, man. I have my own keys. I don't have to sell to you. Don't hate what I'm saying, yeah. Yeah. He's Ivan. I love you, but I know my book is sick. It's a sick book, man. Yeah. Yeah, if you think John Camp and Rob Everett are going crazy for Superman, nothing. For Xanus, they're gonna go crazy over my book. Holy shit, did you read that book? That's a fucking masterpiece. And once I adapt the movie, they're going bonkers, man. Holy fucking shit, man. I can't wait to watch this movie. Oh my fucking god, holy shit. That's fucking scary. That's a devil, man. Yeah, looking at devils and demons. That's why my movie will be a masterpiece. Best story ever told. In motion picture, yeah. Yeah, if you thought that ring race scene in Fellowship Ring was creepy with Ford when Ford gets stabbed, think something 3-4 times that Earth and them are walking devils and demons, looking at demons and devils, man. In the book, the walls are not that scary because it's a book, obviously, as you guys read. They're not that scary. Once I adapt the story, and I bring those demonic characters, like you're looking at demons, man, like walking devil demons. I showed you guys the picture, right? You're looking at devil demons. I'll show you it again. I'll get my phone upstairs. My phone should be charged. I'll get my phone upstairs. I'll show you Aratet again. Devil himself. Looking at demons of this guy's. I'm gonna show John Ali that what they know from my movie. Looking at devils, man. Yeah, demons of this guy's. Look at that. A devil like that, man. So I'm bringing the demonic characters like they're demons like that. Yeah, man, for my movie. In the book, they're not that scary, but once I bring the characters to life, they're devils, man. And demons. Look at that. Aratat, yeah. He's a devil, man. Okay, see that? Demons like that. Look at that. That's fucking scary. I know, it's fucking scary. And for my world, for the Northern Kingdom, think something holy, whereas the South is cursed, obviously. Yeah, think something like this for my world. For the North, it's a holy, beautiful. Shows not only this picture, but yeah, a holy, beautiful kingdom like that. You kind of get that Lion King feel in a way, but it's a beautiful world like that for my world. For the North. You also have that other picture with the mist, right? I keep showing the Chromecast picture. Yeah, my world will be like this. For the North is a holy, heavenly, beautiful kingdom like this. It's a beautiful ecosystem, a beautiful kingdom. With the South is the opposite. It's cursed. And that's why I'm looking at a masterpiece, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. That's why my movie will be amazing. See, my world building is very vague in my book, but once I bring the world building to life in my movie, looking at something beautiful, like I showed you, right? And Eric and them are going to be walking devils and demons like that picture I showed you. I'm going to show John Howley that picture and Peter Jackson and Mel Gibson know what they know. I want devils like that, except scarier than that. Okay, guys. Okay, Ivan. And they're scary devils. That's why his names will be a masterpiece. Zane's will be a masterpiece. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah. Ivan, you're crazy, man. You think Zane's will grab Lord of the Rings? Yes, it will be, man. I don't know. Imagine having a huge exodus like Prince of Egypt. Like, with 5,000 civilians, they journey through the caverns like Moria and demon bats. The devil beings live there. You have Aratat looking like that, scarier than that, and you have his 20,000 army approaching. They arrive to Saphis, they find the humans are gone. You have the life behind the walls of Xanus. When Takis is a kid, he's an arrogant prince. He doesn't know about the demon wolves. You have all the banquet hall scenes. You have the scenes when he meets Lithia, they're dancing and everything. He gets thrown in a dungeon. You have the captured scene. You have the big battle scene in the caverns. You have the big war in the end. You have the life of Takis the first. Looking at a masterpiece, man. The best story ever told. The best movie children ever made, man. Looking at a masterpiece. Yeah, man. Yeah. Obviously. So why even there is another passage to the north? Yes, there's two passages to the north. Two passages to the north, obviously. There's the main route where Cassius, Tacitonius, and Tachys here's from Bari came from, but because Aratat is on their way, they're on their way to Saphis, they're exposed. And hence why Eli gave Cornelius that look. And then Taki's like, "Are you saying there's another passage north?" I'm now sick. Yeah, there is. There is another passage north. It's due west from here in the mountains of Gilead, but I cannot guarantee a safe pass. There's been stories of dwelling devils and creatures that live there. And Tastonius is like, "What kind of creatures?" Whatever he says, the bats. He's like, "Ha ha ha! Me and Tak and Cassius can handle some worthless bats." He's like, "These are no ordinary bats." I was like, "That was sick. They are big and fierce, and they can kill even you who's trained in the arts. They are devils." So, "Oh, come on, we can fight them." And Cassius is like, "Tas." He's like, "Listen to them. Their words might give us some fair advice on our journey." I'm now sick. I know my work is sick, man. My work is sick. Yeah. Eli, you must forsake this place. Your people cannot stay here. I'm now sick. But my home, our traditions, are my sacred traditions, yeah. Unless you want your traditions to live on elsewhere, you have to evacuate the people in quick, yeah. That's why you get Prince of Egypt symbolism too. Moses symbolism in my book, yeah. A lot of biblicism in my book. Why you have some biblicism in my book? Because I was raised a Christian my whole life. My whole life I went to church from when I was a kid, a baby, to like 8, 17. I went to church every Sunday. I went to Sunday school. I was a part of youth groups and everything. Hence why I have some biblical symbolism, a bit of biblical symbolism in my book, obviously. My book is not a Bible story, it's a fantasy story, but you can get some biblical symbolism when you read it, obviously, right? Yeah. And that's why I know a lot about the Bible, because I grew up a Christian my whole life, and I went to Sunday school and everything. I went to church with my parents. And I also watched a lot of like ABN and Sam Shamoon. That's why I know a lot of the arguments about the Bible, right? Because I learned from Sam Shamoon, David Wood, Pastor Joseph back in the day when they did ABN. You guys remember that? I remember that, Ivan. Yeah, when Sam Shamoon was fat, I used to watch all the. Remember the ABN marathons? I used to watch all the videos. I used to watch Pastor Joseph's News and Views, Jesus or Muhammad. Remember that guy, Jesus or Muhammad show on ABN? Yeah. I used to watch all that, yeah. Hence why I'm gifted. I can also do apologetics too because I'm gifted, obviously. If I studied the scriptures, I'd be an amazing apologist because I have all the God gave me all the gifts. I can sing, I can rap, I can act, write a book, I can even do apologetics. I'm fucking gifted, man. Or for apologetics, I have to really like study the scriptures like in depth because all these arguments I'm giving you guys about the Bible, this is me with very little studying, man. And I still wow you with my answers, right? Yeah, because I'm gifted, obviously. Yeah. I learned a lot from Sam Shamoon. Sam Shamoon's amazing. You know, in my opinion, he's the best apologist. In terms of biblical hermeneutics, Bible topics, he's the best. He's not the best when it comes to philosophy, creation versus evolution, and like the existence of God. That's not really Sam's field. But when it comes to like the scriptures, Bible topics, Sam Shamoon's the best by far. Obviously, he's amazing. Obviously, sidetracking. Yeah. 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 Yeah, you're gonna see me in the movie. People tell me, "Oh, Ivan, try to act cocky and arrogant. I don't want you looking. I don't want you being mature. Try to be cocky and arrogant." Okay, okay. And I play this cocky, arrogant prince in Volume 1 and like most of Volume 2. Now, once I get thrown in the dungeon, it humbles me and I'm more mature. And in Volume 3, I'm a changed man. Like, how mature is Taki? You know Jim Caviezel in Passion of Christ, how he looked like. He looked very mature. He knew his destiny. He had to die for this as a world. Yeah, Takis is like mature, like Jim Caviezel in Passion of Christ. He's a changed man. And before that, he's a cocky, arrogant prince. That's why I wrote a masterpiece, man. My story is amazing. It's amazing, yeah, man. I wrote a masterpiece. Yeah, yeah, my book's sick. Okay, I'll show you this scene here. This is towards the end of Volume 2. No, I'm not going to show you it. I was supposed to for you guys, man. You'll find me with my book. I wrote a masterpiece. Yeah, my book is sick. Yeah. Yeah. No, I've man, how do you do, man? Every time you show a session or book, we're hooked. Yeah, because I have the heavenly gift. I know how to entertain you and keep you hooked. I have the heavenly gift, man. I don't know how I do it. It's just a gift I have, man. No, Ivan, seriously, man, your writing is beautiful, man. Like, the characters just jump out on the page. It's so entertaining, I know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Cassius. That's why I like Cassius a lot, because Cassius, his character jumps out a lot on the page, too. Tactius, too. Lithia, too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Cass, listen to them. The words might give us some further advice on our journey. I have now said, Eli, you must forsake this place. Your people cannot stay here. You kind of get that Lord of the Rings feel when you read that passage out when the people talk. Yeah. When, what's his name? Elrond tells Gandalf, Gandalf, the ring cannot stay here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Did you get that off that passage? No, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't get it off that. Yeah. Yeah. My book is sick. Yeah, it's 8 o'clock, guys. Yeah, almost done here, guys. I'm gonna go get some food. There's nothing to eat upstairs. I'm gonna go get some food. I might get some pizza. I'm gonna apply to the McDonald's too on my way there, right? I'm gonna apply there. because I hate washing dishes. Dishes is not fun, yeah. I am now sick. Eli, you must forsake this land, forsake this place. Your people cannot stay here. Yeah, I'm now sick. I know. Book is sick. Yeah. Yeah, I've caught a bit of rawness in some of your dog, but your book is still sick. Yeah, there is some rawness in some of my dog when you read it, but it's still entertaining and it's still an amazing story, man. Because I don't have an editor, right? Because even the best storytellers need editors to polish up a bit of the work, a bit of the writing. But I'd rather leave my DNA in there and have my book be a little bit raw, and have someone touch my story and read my stories. And that's why I don't want anyone touching my story. Like Xanus is my baby. I wrote that. I don't want anyone to ruin that story. That's why I'm not selling the gates. I don't want the Hollywood companies touching my story. It could change things and ruin my story. Yeah, I'll be very, very pissed off if they did that. Very, very angry, man. I'll be very, very pissed off. I'm sorry. Yeah. 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 I don't know. You bluffing. Is your whole book like that? Yes, guys. I'm not lying to you guys. My whole book is like that. It's a masterpiece, man. It's constant entertainment. The book is sick. Some sections are not as good as ours, obviously, but it's still entertaining enough to keep you hooked and turning the page. As I have weaker chapters than others, obviously, right in my book, right? Yeah. Like, the prologue is my weakest chapter in the whole book, and what I showed you, where you still hook guys, yeah, I don't still hook. Yeah, that's my weakest chapter. Young Takis is my weakest chapter in Volume 1. And I showed you the first 6 pages of Young Takis and also the other scenes when he says, you everyone was on those walls. You were still hooked and entertaining. Yeah, all my chapters are entertaining. Even my weak chapters are entertaining. My weaker chapters are entertaining. They're not as entertaining as the other chapters, but they're still entertaining enough to keep you turning the page. My book's a masterpiece. The Last War of Xanus is number 1. It's a masterpiece. Yeah. But there will be some fans who might like Way of Kings and Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones better. If you do like those books better, I understand. Those are amazing books too, obviously. And art hits everyone in different ways. Since I'm not going to be cocky and say everyone will like Xanus better than Way of Kings and Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones. Some fans might like Brian Sass's Way of Kings better. They might like Lord of the Rings better. They might like Game of Thrones better. Because art hits everyone in ways. Yeah, even though Ivan's book was entertaining, it was a bit raw. I like Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones and Way of Kings better. Yeah, if you like those books better, Will of Time better, if you like those books better, I understand. Art hits everyone different ways. But I highly doubt it because those books are not as entertaining as my book, man. My book is fucking entertaining. Yeah, Ryan, your world too vague. Yes, the reason why I keep my world vague is because I know if I dump you with 3-4 pages of one line, I'm going to bore the reader, man. If you do that, you're going to bore the reader. I get right to the point with the characters. I describe a little bit about the landscape. I keep it vague. That way, I focus more on the characters. But because the characters are amazing in my book, they come alive. Samsara? Yeah. 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 Sarah? So Reed will be shocked. Yeah, did you really write The Last of Us on your own? Did you really write that book on your own? I'm like, yeah, I didn't know. Ivan, seriously, man, you wrote that book? I'm like, yeah. She's like, holy shit, that was a fucking masterpiece, man. That was the best novel I read in my life, Ivan. Holy shit, you're gifted. I'm like, yeah, VJ, God gave us the gifts. That's why our stories are so entertaining. Yeah. Some Sarah? Yeah. Yeah. How much money did you draw your book, by the way? I'm like, VJ, you want to know? Ivan, seriously, how much money did you make? Yeah, I made $50 billion. You made $15 billion off your book? I'm like, yeah. She's like, holy shit, Ivan, that's a lot of money. I know. Are you going to share it with me? Yeah, I'll share it with you. You're going to share it with me? Yeah, I'll share it with you, Ivan. Yeah, you got to share it with me, VJ. That's how it works. I'm sorry. We can build our dream home. I know. We can build, like, I don't know, a $650 million house. Like Batman, something high tech, man. Yeah. Beautiful house. Yeah. Yeah, I can show you the end of volume 2. This is not really a spoiler. This is when they're leaving to Saphius. No, I'm not going to show you it. I won't spoil the story for you, man. I can show you the prologue again. The prologue doesn't really spoil anything. A scene from the prologue. Um, no, I want to show you that scene. I'm not going to show you it. I don't want to spoil story for you guys. Sorry, man. I have to diss myself and not show you guys more of my book. Because I don't want to spoil story for you. Yeah. Your book's entertaining. I know it's entertaining. My book is entertaining. It looks entertaining. It is entertaining. Yeah. It's a masterpiece. Best fantasy novel written. I can show you a scene from Landing Chaos. Maybe another scene from there. Because I don't want to. I want to jump all over the place. That way I don't show you. I don't spoil the story for you, right? I already showed you the beginning of it. That's a spoiler. I don't want to show you that. Okay, I'll show you the scene with the hostile crowd about the missing Prince Takis, and that's it. I won't show you anymore. Okay, I'll skip the Aratat part because I don't want to spoil the story for you. I'll have you guys read this. Yeah. You know what? No, man. I'm not going to show you this. I don't want to spoil the story for you guys, man. I'm sorry. If I keep showing you stuff, I want to spoil the story for you. I don't want to spoil the story for you, man. You guys are paying money for my book. I don't want to spoil the whole book for you, right? That's why I'm not going to show it anymore. My book's a masterpiece. It's a fucking amazing book. It's an amazing read, yeah. Masterpiece. Yeah. It's an amazing book. Evan. Well, Ivan, seriously, man, how do you do, man? Every time you show us sections of your book, I'm hooked. Because I have the heavenly gift. I don't know. I can't tell you my magic, guys. I don't know how I do it. It's just the God-given gift that was given to me, man. God gave me the gift. That's why I'm able to entertain you and keep you hooked because I'm a genius. I'm a great genius. I know how to tell an amazing story. I'm sorry, huh? Yeah. Yeah. My book is a masterpiece, man. A masterpiece. Yeah. I'm not gonna show you anymore. I will spoil over you guys. That's what Zane's with the best story of the whole most bitches, man. Yeah, I'm looking at a masterpiece, man. Yeah. Yeah, Ivan, I caught a bit of raw in your dialogue. Yeah, when I told you guys my book's a masterpiece, a good maybe 0.5% of my book is a little raw in some of the sections of the dialogue. Obviously. But I'd rather keep my rawness in there than have someone change my story and they ruin my story. Hence why, yeah. Hence why I'm very protective of my story, obviously. I don't want anybody touching my Xanus story. Xanus is my baby. I fucking wrote that. Hence why the gates are not touching my money, man. This money, the Xanus brand is mine. It's not yours. You're not touching my money. The 15 billion, 10 billion, 20 billion off the book, whatever it is me, Reach's money. It's not yours. You're not touching it. You have your trillions around the world. This money's mine. I'm not gonna let you take control of my book after what you put me through my life, man. You're crazy, man. You're not keeping me poor for almost 40 years, and you think I'm gonna let you take my money? You're crazy. Causing that mess and making me have sex with my own stepmother and turning me into porn star. I'm not gonna let you take my money. You're crazy, man. Yeah, man. And share it with the world. You're crazy. I'm not accepting that cursed deal. Are you crazy? No, man. Some sorry. So Ivan, the North is Takis' kingdom. Yes, Takis is the heir to the Xanian throne, so the North is his kingdom. Obviously, it's also Takis the First's kingdom too. But Takis the First dies, as you guys read in that. You know, was he slain by the wolf Eretz? He dies. That's a spoiler I give you. You guys already knew he died because he's not in the book, right? Yeah, because he's not in the book, he must have passed away. Yeah, and because Takis is the prince of the North, the Northern Kingdom is his. And Eretat has an envy of that too. He envies the fact that Takis is the prince of the North. Even though Eretat's the king of the South, the South region's cursed, whereas the North is beautiful and holy. He envies the fact that Takis is the he's the prince of the heavenly kingdom, whereas Eretat's the king of the cursed, disgusting South. The South is cursed, man. Yeah. Yeah, some Sarah. Yeah. That's why my book is sick. So, Ivan, what's your story about? The only thing I can say is that you have this clash of kings. You have a clash of Tactius and Eretat. You have a clash of royalties with Ephesus, Eretat, and Tactius. So it's about Tactius leaving the walls, finding out his destiny, obviously. Eretat finding out his destiny. And you have a clash of kings, and there's a deeper plot behind that makes the story amazing. Hence why I'm not going to show. I can't tell you the plot without spoiling the story for you. Hence why all I say is you have this clash of kings. I don't want to tell you the real plot. Otherwise, I'm gonna spoil the story for you. You'll find when you read my book. I don't want to spoil the story for you, man. My book's a masterpiece, man. It's a masterpiece. Anyways, guys, I talked for now in 39 minutes, 40 minutes. That's good enough. Sorry I didn't show my book. I don't want to spoil the story for you. This is Admiral. I'm signing out. Peace. Hope you guys enjoyed this show. Stay tuned. I'll make a video tomorrow after my shit like I go 40. This is Admiral. I'm signing out. Peace out, guys. Don't hate me. I hope you guys enjoyed this evening show I made for you. Peace.